Hey, what's up, guys? Eric and Parker here from ROCKCAST. We have conversations with rock stars. You can check out rockcastshow.com for more info about us. You've been hearing us talk a little bit about MyPillow and the great products that they have. I know you're probably saying, Eric, what could conversations with rock stars and sleeping have in common? Well, we'll tell you.
There's nothing better than hitting a mattress with not just one layer, not two. We're talking 3 amazing layers of comfort. That's right, that's MyPillow. Now, let me tell you about it. The first layer is the MyPillow patented foam. Now, layer 2 has the transitional foam. And of course, finally, we come to layer 3, which could be the most important layer of all, and that is because the body temperature is regulated throughout the entire night from their phase change material.
Again, use promo code ROCKCAST or 800-646-5719. That's 800-646-5719 for up to 66% off. Isn't it time that you had a good night's sleep? Perfect. What's going on, guys? Eric Black here, Parker Miner over there. Parker, hi, buddy.
Hey, man.
Hey.
How's it going?
It's great. Good to see you again. This is ROCKCAST with Eric and Parker. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Listen, if you are watching this show on a fancy little social media site called YouTube, click the subscribe button. And then once you're done with the subscribe button, click the bell. Go ahead and click the bell so that way you're notified every time we upload something. It's only every 5 minutes. So You're only going to get a bell every 5 minutes.
That's fine.
Because we don't have anything better to do. That's all we do all day long is upload. Unless it's show night, then you have at least an hour where we're not uploading something.
Right. Or 2.
Because we're here.
For Cody's sake, it's going to be like 5 hours.
Yeah. So I guess buckle up, get a beverage, go to the bathroom, do that, and then come on back down here. We're not going to wait for you, though. So sorry. We have things to do. We're busy people. We're going to move forward. That's just how that's going to work. I'm just saying. Also, if you are on any type of podcasting situation, we're probably there. Spotify is our main squeeze at the moment. Yep. You can find all those links in our bio or at rockcastshow.com. Go do all the things. Go do it now.
All of them.
All of them. Just turn the volume up, walk away. You'll still be fine.
Let's take a moment of silence while they do it.
And then
supposed to be silence. Okay.
Hey, Parker.
Yeah.
Who's on the show?
You know, a guy we've known for years. It's felt like it.
Yep.
And it's exciting. Let's just go ahead and introduce him.
It's very exciting.
Our good friend, Cody of SOEN.
What's up, buddy?
What is up, guys?
Man,
good to see you guys again. It's been so long.
It's been years. It's been years.
Literally, it really has.
Since we've seen you. It's good to see you have not changed a bit at all. You look the same as the last time we saw you. So
you guys are aging well as well.
Thank you. Yes, we're doing very well.
It's really the cameras.
It's the yeah. These cameras are an extra 10 grand because they take 10 off. So normally they put 10 on, but we said no. We called up NASA, we called up all the smart people and said
Elon Musk.
Yeah, we called up him and said we needed to lose weight. And he
told us if we spend $1,000 per pound, then we can get at least. So we decided to do the math. 10 pounds is probably what we needed, so we did it.
So that's what we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot better than doing sit-ups.
So here we are. When you see us on another camera, you'll be like, golly, these guys are fat.
Or in real life, it's like, good Lord, they have their own airplane for each person because that's how big they are.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Man.
How you doing, man? You doing all right? You doing well? You doing things? Are you what are you doing?
Yeah, man. I'm doing good.
Nice.
It's been it's been lots of ups and downs over the past couple of years. As I'm sure you can imagine, and then as I'm sure your own lives have endured.
Yeah.
But overall, good, man. Very good. Thank you.
That's
good.
Awesome. Yeah, that's good to hear.
Now, are you in your studio downstairs?
Yeah, this is, sort of like a studio. It's just a basement with all my
Perfect.
guitar.
It is a studio.
That's right. That's right. That was my first studio as well, a basement.
Yeah,
Is
I was
that
in
an
a car
orange amp?
studio.
the best kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got orange cap here. I have a couple of orange heads.
Yeah.
Not pictured here as well. But
What are you playing there? Is that an Ibanez or a Schecter?
this one here is an Ibanez
Yep.
S. That
Yep.
was my first guitar.
Man, I love
I
Ibanez.
got when I was 15 or 16 or something
Really?
like that.
That's awesome.
A couple years ago then.
Yeah. I had there was a small music store I went to when I was around that age, and it's kind of like up in northern Ontario in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Wow.
They had like one of those Ibanez catalogs, right?
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah.
like what they had coming out. I think it was like 2005 or something.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just saw kind of like all these really great guitar players playing them, and it got me like, yeah, really stoked to like maybe get one day. And I asked for one for Christmas, just like a really cheap model.
Yeah.
And my parents, bless their souls,
Bless them.
got me
Man.
a really nice high-end one that they had found used or
Oh
something.
wow, yeah. Man, I love Ibanez's for those dive bombs, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You want to do like all party tricks. It's
Yeah.
it's the guitar to do it with. Yeah, man.
It's a good machine.
So you play guitar then? Is that what we're understanding?
I try.
So you got
Well-
that guitar about a year ago, since we've been in this pandemic for about 15 years, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Yep. And we only have 12 more to go. So
Good math.
we're good.
12
We're
more
good.
years. We should be able to remove face masks in 2040.
Yep. I think it's on my calendar anyway. I can see it right now. It's on the calendar, so we got to do it. I put a reminder up there and everything. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. Well, let's see. What should we? What should we talk about, Cody? Maybe I don't know. Maybe music. How do you feel about music?
I feel good about music.
Yeah.
Thank God there is music.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, if I personally didn't have music during these times, I don't know what the hell I would be doing.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Same.
Well, and I think too. Go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah. I mean, the when COVID first hit, we had just come back. We cut our Latin America tour short,
Man.
and so flew back home, and I think it was like a month later, we were like, fuck it, we got to stay productive somehow. We had no idea how long this was gonna last,
Right.
Yep.
and so it was like, all right, let's record an album. Let's just do it, and so that kept me busy for a good like 3, 4, 5 months maybe.
Yeah.
Just being down here right in this spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just tracking guitars for 4 or 5 hours a day. Wow. And so that was it was a nice thing to be able to just be creative during that time, and just have something to do.
That's what people needed during that time, is just to be able to be creative at least,
Yeah. And I think it's really cool too, because I don't know if you guys have like heard about just like guitar sales in general for the pandemic.
Yep.
It's like insane.
Yep.
Insane. I mean, like for Fender to have their best year ever, I mean, that's quite.
Everybody's at home, so they're just, you know what? We might as well just practice and learn how to play guitar while we're sitting here. So there we go.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's crazy. I was reading that
Jack
early
Black-
on too.
Jack Black had a little School of Rock going. I think that he did that with some kids during the pandemic.
Nice.
Created a movie or something.
Yeah, something like that.
So, Cody, do you think that you had more opportunity to be creative during this time than, say, like a normal time, when we're not in a pandemic? Do you think you were more creative when this pandemic was happening versus on a normal day situation?
Yeah, good question. I think so, but I'm kind of like, I know everybody isn't this way, but I'm like one of those guys who's just like kind of like really obsessed with guitar. So like no matter what's happening in the world, it's not too hard for me to like pick it up
Yeah.
and just, you know, keep playing
Right.
because it just really, it's, you know, what nurtures me and what makes me happy.
Yeah.
But, you know, I have lots of friends, you know, my girlfriend included, who are just, you know, they kind of need the normalcy, you know, just like the interactions with people and just the little things, the events, and what, you know, the everyday life stuff to just happen in order to feel inspired to pick it up.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of us kind of had this like, oh, you know, great, I've got some time now to just sit here and be creative. But I mean, I've I've heard it from so many people where it's just like, yep, no, I haven't done shit.
Nope. Yeah. Yep. Yep. It felt like kind of like a New Year's resolution. Oh, I'm going to do this. And then February 2nd comes and you're like, well, maybe next year. We'll do it next year. Maybe we'll do that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I think for us too, it was, we knew it was going to be a really busy year, just like tour wise.
Yep.
And so we were kind of like scoping the year and trying to figure out like, when are we going to record this album? Because we need to get in the studio like sooner than later. And
yeah,
it was like, okay, in between tours perhaps, and, you know, just finding all these little pockets throughout the year.
Yeah.
And so we were kind of, you know, before COVID, it was like, okay, it's going to be maybe a challenge to have the appropriate amount of time that we think that we need to get this album done. Because we're the kind of band that likes to, you know, keep things rolling, and we don't want to have an album come out every 5 years or something like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And, you know, and the thing with that too is that, you know, as soon as you release an album, it's like, okay, you got to start basically writing the next one, because to have an album come out every 2 or 3 years, it's just the whole process of it. It takes about that amount of time, you know.
Yeah, no, and I don't think a lot of people understand that that it does take a large amount of time from conception to birth, you know, of a song and then of an album. And then you got to figure out touring. Once you get, you know, the album or whatever, you know, time of year it is in that situation, you got to figure out all that other stuff too. So there's a lot of stuff that has to go into that, a lot of thought process and a lot of pre-planning and then post-planning and a lot of planning.
Yeah, definitely. It's a lot, man. It's a lot.
Yeah, y'all have done a lot of worldwide touring, I see too. You know, Germany, Poland, Israel, Mexico, France, Italy. I mean, you guys are on the road a lot. So, I mean, I guess that answers the question. It doesn't get old if you like to stay busy, correct?
Yeah, that's right. We love touring. We love, I mean, luckily we're a band that just like really gets along.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's the big thing. I think that's the kicker for a lot of these bands is, you know, it's always sad for me to hear that a lot of these people are sort of like living their dream and playing music, but really they sort of hate it because they hate everybody in their band. And, you know, it seems kind of rare nowadays to have, you know, to be able to have, I mean, it's not just having the guys in the band, but it's the crew.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it's a lot, you know, it's a family at that point.
It's a family for sure.
Yeah. If you got a good family, then you're set.
Yeah, exactly. So it's nice. It's nice. We enjoy being busy. We enjoy being on the road. I think, you know, my dream was always just, I've always wanted to just see the world and playing music.
You're doing it. It looks like you've been to a lot of cool places.
Or we're trying to do it nowadays.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a lot tough right now.
That's the interesting situation that we have right now. And, you know, it's like everywhere you go, they're going to have a different set of rules or, you know, situations that you have to adapt to. And, you know, hopefully I don't know. It seems to me like chaos is what it seems, but somebody's got to be able to navigate their way through all this because we have to get back to whatever we're going to call normal. Because we're in the entertainment industry, the music industry, you were there, it shut down. The entire industry shut down. And I don't think we've recovered yet. I don't think we're quite there yet. But yeah, man, I'm excited to see what the rest of this year does into the summer, and kind of just, I don't know, hope for the best. I guess there's still a lot left of this year of 2022, so hopefully, hopefully you guys get to scour the globe again as well, because you guys, I mean, like Parker said, you are everywhere, and I think how long are you on tour at a time?
We typically don't like to tour more than like a month at a time. So we'll have like little chunks in between months of touring. And that's just because, a lot of the guys, they've got kids,
Yep.
they've got wives, and you kind of have to you got to be fair to your family,
Yeah.
You can't, it's about sustaining relationships just as it is sustaining the band. It's a fine balance. And so, and I find that like at about a month, you're ready for like, your own bed for a few weeks.
Yeah.
And then you need that little recharge, and then you're good to go back out there again.
Yeah. Is it a weird transition between, tour life and coming back home to what we'll call civilian life?
A little bit. I mean, you experience like such high highs, right, on the road. That's the thing. But I think some people can get like really addicted to that, and we've seen how that might like, play out in terms of drug abuse or whatever it might be.
Sure.
But but for me, it's always like when I'm going home, it's like I'm mentally prepared for what home is. Like the feeling of home is just a nice thing in its own way.
Yeah.
You enjoy it just as much as you do touring, but in a completely different way. I think the balance of the two is just nice, right?
Yeah.
Being at home all the time sucks, and I'm sure being on the road for too long really sucks.
Yeah. I would imagine so. I don't think I would want to. I don't know. That doesn't sound that exciting to me.
I'm ready to get out of this studio here and hit the couch, actually. See? I'd love to be home right now.
Well,
are you guys musicians as well?
Yes, we are. Yes.
Touring ones?
Not at the moment. Nope.
We are from Nashville, so we're automatically musicians.
Yeah. if you move to Nashville, they'd give you a guitar when you're done. When you move here. It's like a housewarming gift or an apartment warming gift. Here's a guitar. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Telecaster.
Or an Epiphone, one of the two.
I would have enjoyed. I got a First Act from Walmart, one of those cheap ones. So I felt kind of like they didn't like me. They're like, well, we have to because it's in our contract, but we don't want to. So
I bet the action was high on that guitar.
It was fantastic. I just took it off and it sounded way better. I just took the whole thing apart.
Oh, sometimes that's what you got to do, man.
It's what you got to do. Oh my goodness. Let me think here. So if you, I was looking at some of the stuff that you guys were doing recording wise, album wise, single wise. There was a time, I can't remember if it was more than once, but you recorded on analog only at least once, right?
Yeah, that was for the Lakaya album.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't actually a part of that album. That was the previous guitar player, Marcus, who nowadays he's in a band called Avatarium with his wife. They're really sick. Check them out.
I have to check them out.
He's currently working with Candlemass as well.
Cool.
Oh wow. Okay.
But yeah, I think I don't know the full story there. I mean, yeah, I think it was recorded using all analog equipment. There might have been, some processing here and there that wasn't like completely analog or whatever.
Yeah.
But Marcus is like kind of that way, like he loves his old gear and loves just cranking real amps and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, I'm sort of on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mic your cab with?
I mean, typically SM57s.
Okay. Yeah.
545s. Yeah.
Can't go wrong with those.
Yeah.
Huh.
But I mean, live nowadays, we're using I'm using the Quad Cortex. Lars is using a Helix,
Oh yeah.
and Zlatoyr, the bass player, he's using a HX Stomp. So we're kind of we're using the emulation stuff, and it is good. I mean, it's so good nowadays. Like you can't even tell.
Yeah.
And for me, like, I'm in Canada, and for me to be able to just like program all my tones and just get all the sounds I want. I can have a different scene for each song, and I can throw that all in my backpack and jump on the plane.
Yep.
I mean, the convenience just kind of trumps everything else. I mean, if I had all the money in the world and all the roadies in the world to just like haul around Marshall stacks for me, I mean, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, but nowadays it's a really great thing. I think it's for how shitty it can be sometimes to tour for some bands, who don't have who have sort of have to do all the work themselves. I think it's just one nice thing to just be able to carry your entire rig up a flight of stairs in the palm of your hand,
Yep.
Right.
Yep. That I remember the days of carrying up 2 flights of stairs because the venue for some reason was upstairs.
Always
for some reason.
Yeah.
So we have these big bass cabs. The guitar cabs and heads are all heavy, big, awkward things that you have to cumbersomely take up the stairs or take down the stairs. And usually, you're right, man. It's all by yourself, and you just got to do what you got to do. So, weight is an issue. Convenience is an issue. And I think put those two together, and if you can come up with something that, I don't know, makes your life a whole lot easier, you should probably do that.
Already
That
have.
sounds like a good idea.
I've already done it.
You got spiky hair. You're
Well,
in the game,
no.
buddy.
What it is we were talking about it earlier with these cameras. You put those cabs and those speaker cabinets into the camera view, and it's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And you've lost 10 to 15 pounds already on the package, right?
Yeah. Well, because we have the cameras that they don't add 10 pounds; they take away.
Right.
They take away 10 pounds. So
they're
pretty
you
awesome.
can program them though for like technology. So for like amps and stuff, you put the cab or the freaking head in front of the camera. You can go in the settings of the camera and say, okay, minus 30 pounds. Then you're just carrying like absolutely nothing up those stairs at that point.
Yep.
That's it.
How I know you've done this before, probably when you were starting out. How annoying is it, and maybe not so much, but how annoying is it when you have to play house equipment?
Yeah, I mean, luckily, I haven't had to do that too much, but it is always annoying because a lot of the times house equipment, I mean, they might not have the appropriate amps that you're used to playing.
Yeah.
Even if they do, you have no idea if they've been serviced. You have no idea if they've got scratchy pots, and if they've been biased properly. There might even be a blown speaker in there. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Trick or treat.
Yeah. That's the prize.
Every single time. And I hated it too when they said, no, you're required because there's 5 bands. And I'm like, well, that's stupid. You should just have 3, and then we can just do what we do.
Yeah.
Well, we needed more on the bill. Okay.
Yeah. That's it. I think the first mini tour we did, when I joined the band. We had played in Atlanta at the Prague Power USA
Oh, okay. Yeah.
festival,
Yeah.
and and so we attached some Canadian dates to that, and some of these shows I had to use some amps. Yeah, some amps I just wasn't familiar with, and so it was like by the end of the tour, it was not too many shows, 3 or 4 shows, but by like maybe the 4th show, I was like, okay, I think I kind of have a grasp of like what's going on.
Right.
But it's one of those things. That,
Yeah.
At the same time, as you get more experience with working with amps, and I'm on YouTube all the time, just like just listening to let's compare all these different Marshall amps, like the exact same model from all the different years, and see how they sound slightly different.
Ooh. Ooh.
I'm completely into that stuff. Like I love nerding out with that kind of thing. And I think, over time I've gotten better at just being like, okay, this is this amp, this is what they're good at.
Yeah.
And just dialing something in really, really quickly.
There's something to say about that nerding out though, because you get to like really tighten up like what you're looking for. If you're wanting to look for like a specific sound more than other, I mean, you nerd out, you're gonna find it. It's kind of like cameras. I've done it with cameras. So
yeah, I bet.
Yeah, I like nerding out on that one.
I've done that with microphones for vocals and for this. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, well, I have a deeper voice, so it takes a different kind of microphone to capture that the correct way. Same thing with an amp, same thing with a head.
Totally.
Drum set, whatever you need.
I like to do it for the toilets in the house. So like when you go to buy a house or build one, you want to test out those toilets. So
you do.
Find the best one.
And
I mean, it's where you're going to sit most of the time.
That's right. That's right. And I just take off the winterized sticker. Like, hey, don't use this. We winterized it. And I'm like, well, I'm here and I need to go. So that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Take that bad boy off of there and just go ahead and use it. Yeah. You only get one time though. Just remember that.
I've seen him do it. I've seen him do it at least 4 times in one location.
Yeah. Even in the studio. I don't care. Also, go ahead. Sorry. No, go ahead.
I was going to say a question for you guys, since you know more about cameras. Ooh. So I would love to start, with this whole boom of guitar players. I would love to basically start to get some online lessons happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because everybody kind of needs some passive income nowadays, especially in the music world.
Yeah.
So, what cameras should I be looking at for something like that?
Ooh.
We're a fan of Sony's.
Yeah. Sony's. Yeah. I've heard they're great.
Big fan. You're gonna have to get out your wallet because they're a little chunk of change. But once you have them in your possession, you're not gonna give them up.
Yeah.
You're just not. It's just not gonna happen. Yeah. So I would go with if you can't, they're pretty pricey. But if you can't go with the newest one, just find one that's decently priced. You're not gonna, as long as it does like at least 4K video.
Yeah,
get that. Make sure it has a lens with it, because they sell. If you buy it brand new, they sell those separately because they hate us.
Yeah, of course.
But other than that, man, I would do that. Now you're gonna have other people giving you another opinion. But specifically for what we do, seems really good, especially when you're going out and shooting shows with either photos or video. For me, man, I like it. I like it a lot. Sony's got a good thing going.
Yeah, the A7R3. Just remember that.
Yes, Canon is really good as well, though. Canon is really good too. So
Canon is good. Yeah, what I'm using currently is a Blackmagic camera. I don't know if you've heard of those. They are good, but they're Magic, but they're more Magic. Like. They're more cinematic, so it's more of a cinematic camera. So obviously for more B-roll, or if we were out filming something in a show or something. But Eric's gone out and filmed on those Sonys, and they're incredible. I mean, they're nice. They're nice. Yeah, you can do anything with the Sony.
And a budget.
Yeah, and a budget.
Perfect.
Yeah,
perfect.
Now there you go, buddy. I'm glad.
And if you want a mic, tell them where we should get the mics.
Yeah. we don't normally get to bestow our knowledge onto fine folks such as yourself. So we appreciate you letting us into your world. That was very kind of you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, man. No. I appreciate the insight.
Absolutely.
I'm like a, if it has nothing to do with guitar, I'm like a technological noob. Just like even when we, when we came back from Latin America and had to record this album, it was like, okay, I need to learn how to record remotely here.
Yep.
So it was a learning process, man. It was like, okay, I need to get interface and a DAW and speakers and everything.
The whole thing, yeah.
But it's the kind of stuff. It's intimidating, but once you dive in, it's really not too bad.
Yeah, and
YouTube exists, so it's like
that's right.
You can just do anything nowadays.
Exactly. And we are YouTube certified. That's how we got this gig. We just gave them our credentials, and they said you're hired, and we said cool. That's fantastic. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
So anybody can do this. Apparently, if we can do it, I mean
anybody can.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, Cody. We need to play a game.
All right.
Are you ready?
Ready. Let's do it.
It's called Would You Rather. We have 3 questions for you.
Okay.
And I say this to everybody. You can either answer them just simply or, and I'll do one more just for emphasis, or you can elaborate on your answer and say, here's why. And if you have some sort of monocle situation laying around there, that'd be great. But if not, it's fine. It's fine. It's no big deal.
Yeah, see?
It's fine.
For the viewers that can't see, I just put on my monocle.
That's
did.
right.
He's twirling his cigar right now.
I don't know why Mr. Peanut's here either. I think you stole his monocle, but it's fine. Whatever. It's fine. It'll work.
Yes.
All right. We're probably going to get sued for that now. Good.
Probably.
Thanks, Parker.
Yeah.
All right. Would you rather change history or change the future? We're starting off easy. So just change the history or change future. And not just your future. It's in general, like history or future of everything that ever existed.
So when you say change future, it's like, it's a tough question.
Exactly. Yeah. Because you don't know the future. You only know the past. I mean, I know the future.
Yeah.
Marty!
Let's say change history. I mean, try to change the all the shitty things that have happened throughout the history of mankind.
Yeah.
I mean, when I think about the future, I mean, it's I'm just gonna pretend that I'm optimistic about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not really, but
Yeah.
I guess that's my answer.
The future's heavy. It's heavy.
It is, and it could have been the last question too, but you know the history, so you can easily go back and change that. But how do you go to the future and change something that you don't know now?
Yeah.
Unless you went so far into the future, like 1,000 years, and then you saw what was happening, so you're like, nah, I'm just going to go 500 years back. And
yeah, I guess to change the future, you're also like at this point to answer that question, you're sort of guessing what the future is going to be.
yeah.
I'll tell you how to go to the future.
Here we go.
You crank that DeLorean up to 88 miles per hour. You set those time circuits.
Make sure that flux capacitor's working. It's got fuel in it.
Yeah, brother.
And if you don't have any damn plutonium, then you better get some lightning bolts going.
That's right. Find some Lebanese people and grab some, I guess. Can I say that? I don't know. I just said it.
The Libyans.
Marty.
You know what's funny about that? They always say, how'd they found me? I don't know how they found me. And then, of course, on the side of his truck, it says Dr. Brown. Of course, that's how they found you.
Hi, I'm right here. Oh, okay.
Thank you. My relative in California used to manage that J.C. Penney's that was in that movie.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, what?
Wow.
What?
You're like this shy of a celebrity. You're just right on the verge of becoming somebody and fully known. You're gonna have a gate around your property here pretty soon.
Apparently, I own Twin Pines Mall.
Well, let's go.
All right.
Okay. Cody, we got to cut it short. We're going to go.
We got to go.
All right.
Gotta attend
Question. We've only done one question. Question number 2. Only be able to play outdoor festival shows in Antarctica where it's at least negative 76 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is Celsius. Sorry. But it's cold. Or the Sahara Desert where it's 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Again, don't know Celsius, but it's hot. So outdoor festival, either negative degrees, negative double digits, or Sahara Desert where it is positive triple digits.
It's a tough one, but I'm gonna have to go with the cold, and that's just based on the experience of being here in Canada.
Yeah.
And the cold sucks here, but I always find that I'm like so ready for summer, and then like some summers we have are just so hot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, honestly, this is fucking brutal.
Yeah.
I'm ready for the snow again, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I'm just picturing playing in like some sort of like super winter coat with like some sort of like, you know, you have those like heaters from above.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Stage. And like everybody's maybe like watching in like some like see-through igloos or something like that. You know what I mean?
I'm going to
Like,
this
kind of
place.
Is that real?
I'm going there.
We should make it real.
Yeah, we should.
Are you playing with gloves or are you barehanded?
Playing with some fingerless gloves.
You're going to have some sort of like heat packs in your coat somewhere because it's negative. You're after every song you're going to have a half-hour break.
Yeah, I think ultimately we just can't play the ballads.
Right.
Fair enough.
I think we have to play like the really intense tunes.
Yep.
You know, fingers are just moving.
Or you could just do it double time.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Or I mean, you could just like light your fretboard on fire as well.
Yeah, that's true. Heat those strings up, man.
At that venue you just created. That's what's happening. We're doing that. That's what's happening. I like that idea. Note that, Parker. We're going to build that tomorrow.
I've already written it down.
Okay, good. Parker, you got the last one, buddy.
Okay. All right. So
This is a weird one.
this is a really weird one. I'm really interested to know the answer. Would you rather chew your toenails off or someone else's fingernails?
Somebody else's fingernails, probably. Because I feel like feet are just like
Their
way more
feet.
gross.
Their feet.
Even if it's your feet.
I know where my feet have been.
I wouldn't chew my own feet. There's just no way. So I think I'd just like, yeah.
I think you made a good choice.
Somebody else's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because then, like, if you're chewing your own toenails, is that the whole toenail, Eric?
It's the whole toe. I mean, you gotta chew it. I don't think. No, we're not going that far. That's weird. No, that's a little too. That's where we draw the line, and then next week we'll cross it. No, I would say like instead of cutting your nails, you're just gnawing on them.
At least it wouldn't be you hurting afterwards. It'd be them, so you don't have to worry about it.
It would be them.
Yeah, exactly.
It'd be nasty for a minute.
Yeah.
but-
That's right, Parker. We're going with them. Let's hurt other people, not ourselves.
That's
I like
right.
that plan. That's a good idea.
Plus, I'm a cannibal. I'm sort of used to it.
Oh yeah. See, perfect then.
That's how you make a promo, ladies and gentlemen. Right there. That's it.
Did Cody
my
from SOEN said he's a cannibal. Have fun with that one, Head Rush.
That's right. Yeah, that'll be fun.
We won't let him get it. Don't worry.
Don't worry. Cody, that's all we got, man. That's the show. We appreciate you hanging out with us and taking the time out. There's a lot of things you could be doing right now, and instead you're wasting your life with us. So we appreciate the wasted life together. Thanks for being here, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have it any other way, boys.
Rock and roll.
And thank you for the camera insight.
Yes.
That was
Yeah,
very
man.
appreciated.
Not a problem at all. Hang out for just a minute. We're going to say goodbye to everybody. And
Sounds
then we have some questions for you as well. Guys, if you are watching this show, thank you for literally watching this show. We appreciate that. Our YouTube is growing. And just so everybody knows, it took us, we're doing well now, but it took us a minute to get to where we needed to be on YouTube. I started it late. I'm sorry. Go find us, ROCKCAST Show. On YouTube, you can go to rockcastshow.com, find all the links there as well. If you're listening on Spotify, that means that you are not seeing what is happening. That means revert to my previous statement. Everybody clear on that? Good. But again, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of this. This is just something that we decided that would be fun. And so far, apparently everybody thinks that it is, except for Cody. Cody once is regretting life, but that's fine. He can do that. It's all up to him, really. It's his direction.
We forgot to give him the disclaimer.
We did. Oh, we did. Well, that's fine. He'll have to go to counseling for that as well. So not paying for that, by the way, that's a whole other issue. Anyway, thanks for showing up, guys. We appreciate it. We will see you again next time. This is ROCKCAST. I'm Eric. That's Parker over there. And Cody is, I think, he's way over there somewhere. He's around. He's somewhere. There he is.
There he is.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.